Hey guys, Kim here. Welcome to my home. Today I'm going to be seed starting. I've been waiting to do this for like several weeks. I tried it a couple years ago, but I did it under our porch and it gets a lot of shade, not very much light. I mean, I was a newbie. I'm still kind of new, but I've learned so much. So I'm going to start seeds, and I'm going to start them in my school room, which is kind of like my garden room right now, and it's kind of like my catch-all room because I have a bunch of birthdays. I still have paper out because I have one more birthday girl. So I was like, why put it up? Yeah, right? So I'm going to do my seeds. I'm going to show you varieties that I'm going to be planting for my spring, summer crops. And I want to show you my ideas of what my garden is going to look like and how I've laid that out. But first, I have seed trays here that I showed you in another video, my haul. So I bought these. I would love to have the wicking ones, but I'm not going to keep these in my house that long because they're going to need a lot of light. Once they start getting bigger, I'm actually going to put them in my front garden, just let them be, let the, when the rain hits them. I'm going to also water them. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to just plant them and let them die. But I don't have a grow light or anything like that. So I figured when they get big enough, I'm going to set them outside, let them grow on there. And then by that time, it should be close to me planting. I'm in zone 9 in Georgia, so we can plant just about any time. So not only am I using these seed trays, I'm also going to use some Ziploc trays or Ziploc containers that I have. Just containers. This one has had dirt in it. It's still dirty. I'm going to put more dirt in it, so there's no need to clean it. So yeah, I'm going to use containers I have. Also, I got these. We were going to throw these away because I had no use for them. I was like, I don't need these. It's just more stuff. Like I don't want more stuff. So yes, they're dirty. Forewarning, I got these. You see that? They're dirty. They were in our garage and they were just taking up space. So we're like, let's get rid of these. And my husband had them in the truck. See, he had them in the truck to take them to the dump. And at the last minute, I was like, wait a minute, I can seed start in those because I didn't buy enough trays to do all the seeds I want because they're like $8 a piece. I mean, that's insane. I'm like, I don't want to spend that much money on starting seeds when I don't really have to. I just want to get a jump on it. You know what I mean? So I didn't jump in. I pulled these from the back of the truck. And I am going to use cardboard. I don't know if you can see it, so I'm going to hold it up again. I'm going to use cardboard to separate, possibly. I'm going to put my flowers in here because I don't really care if they intermingle and grow together because I'm going to plant them out together anyway. I kind of like want a cottage garden, and it's all going to be kind of crazy anyway. So I'm going to use that for all my like flowery things. And I have 1, 2, 3. I have 3 of those, so I'll be able to plant a good many flowers. Not as many as I would love to, but I have this issue. Like, can you just go and spread seeds everywhere like that, and will they grow? I've never done that. It kind of makes me nervous because I feel like you have to plant it in the dirt, right? But I know that birds spread seed, and I know seeds just kind of happen. But after paying money for packets, I don't want to just say toss and live or die. I just can't do that. In theory, it sounds great. And I know people take flower heads and just to go like this, and then the next year they have a ton. It works. It works. I just don't know. So I'm going to try this method and just gather any other containers I might have along with my seed trays and get started. So that is that. And I want to show you the varieties that I'm going to be doing. The video that I showed you in my haul, I showed you the varieties that I bought with my Christmas money. All these right here. So if you haven't seen that, go check it out. So some of these I will plant, like this melon, this cucumber, I will be planting that, and some of the flowers. I have had butternut squash here recently, and I saved these seeds. We love butternut squash because it's so easy to store if you're not going to eat it immediately, which immediately meaning several months, because it stores right on your shelf, which is amazing. I love that, or counter. So I'm going to be growing a lot of butternut squash. We love to cut it up and roast it with other vegetables in the oven. Oh, so delicious and so healthy. Love it. And I also saved acorn squash. I recently tried acorn squash, and it's got this sweet, very, very soft texture. It's not the same texture as butternut squash, and it's just super sweet, and I really like it. It's a nice, nice blend for vegetables. So anyway, that's that stuff. So how you do it. So I cut mine out of the melon. I cut the melon, I scooped out the seeds, and I laid them on a paper towel and let them dry for a few days. And then after a few days, I put them in my baggie. So that's how I'm gonna do it. So the seeds I've had that I'm definitely planting are calendula. So this one has a double flowering blooms, yellow, orange, and apricot, long stems for easy flower cutting, yada, 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 full sun. It's an annual. Now this one, can you hear that? That is a helicopter going over our house right now. Sorry. So this is an annual. I don't know if it's an annual in our region. A lot of things that say annuals are actually perennials here. So St. John's wort, that's one of my medicinal flowers that I'm going to be growing. I wanted to grow a lot of my own medicinal herbs and medicinal flowers and edible flowers this year. Feverfew, I can't remember what it's good for, but I bought it because it's good for something. I have to look at it again. I just kind of went down the So True seed website. That's where I got all these seeds, or most of them. And I saw what the medicinal qualities or edible qualities were, and if it looked good, I bought it. Yarrow, that's good for stopping blood. It clots your blood. So I definitely wanted that. This one, it can be used as a cut flower and a ground cover. How do you do that? I thought they got really huge. I guess we'll figure it out. It has many medicinal uses and it's perennial. So once you plant it, it's going to come back over and over and over. And that's what I want. I want perennials for the most part. Got this one at Johnny Seeds apparently. What is this? Dandelion. I have a ton of dandelions. We have rabbits. I feed them to dandelions. But for me, I'm like, is there a certain kind of dandelion that you're supposed to eat? I know you can eat dandelions. Not when they're white and you blow them away, but the yellow and the roots and leaves, I know we can eat them, but still something within me, because I'm new at this, I'm like, I'm not going to eat that dandelion. Plus I have dogs. So I'm going to plant this one in a raised bed so I know it's the right one. This one is borage. Borage is really good. I didn't know too much about it until recently. Excuse me. Excuse me. Easy to grow. Borage readily self-sows. Yes, thank you. Blah, 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 blah. I think you can make tea with this or something. I know like most parts or all parts of borage can be used, but it's like an old remedy kind of thing. But this doesn't tell me what it does. And I know it did on the website. Really, really good medicinal and edible flowers. Bergamot. I don't remember even ordering this, but it has something good about it, I'm sure. Yeah, I can't remember. Stevia. I actually grew this from a little plant from my local garden center last year. I loved it so much. I mean, just the little leaf is so sweet. So if you want something sweet that is organic and good for you, I mean, don't eat the whole plant, right? But it was so good. It was like a little piece of candy in your mouth. It is amazing. I didn't know a leaf could taste that sweet. Parsley. We eat a lot of parsley, so I wanted some parsley. I needed more chives because our chives are like this low because we hammer them to death. Like I didn't realize how much we would eat chives if we had them, and we do. So I'm going to sow a lot of those seeds. Holy basil. I've been looking for this basil. I haven't been able to find it. I finally found it on Johnny's Seeds. So excited. This is the one that is very medicinal, very good for you. It's just got a lot of great qualities. I mean, I looked for a couple of years for this. Maybe I was just looking in the wrong place, but I was so excited to finally find it. Then I also have dill. I have a ton of fennel plants. I mean, a ton, but I really don't use it all that much. But dill, I want to make pickles this year, so I'm going to need some homemade dill or homegrown dill. Sunflower. This is not this is a coneflower or echinacea. I have some of these. They're so beautiful. I want to grow those. Some coneflower, or it's the same thing. Echinacea. I'm gonna grow these as well. They're probably two different varieties. I don't know. In here, my storage. Whoa, what is all that? This is how I stored my pumpkins that I've been eating. What is this? This is not a pumpkin. This is a crepe myrtle. Maybe I'm growing one of those. I don't think so. I need to stick that aside. I don't know why I have that. But I do have, oh, these are, look at me. My storage and organization is not quite the best. This is bell pepper, and we eat a lot of bell pepper, so I will be growing those. And then, what is this one? Oh, okay, this is a pumpkin. That's a little pumpkin one. I didn't label my pumpkins either because I think some of the fun will be to go out there and just see things growing. And I know what I'm supposed to have, so if something crosses, I'll be like, what is that? But I know what I've saved seeds, and if it doesn't look like that, I ain't eating it. But this is a pumpkin as well. And I would like to grow some celery. I don't think I'm gonna make it this year. I am too far behind. It says March through August in my zone. I don't have it in my thingy. I might just try to grow it in a pot because I love celery. And celery and juicing, it has so much water. It's great for juicing. So I guess it's not too late. It's 125 day though, holy moly. And we get hot soon. So May, June, July. I guess it has time maybe. Some tomato Amish paste tomatoes, yes. 2 of those. Winter squash, which is the butternut again. I had that in there before I saved the seeds of the other one. This is cane. It's sugar cane, black amber sugar cane. And I know it would be a process to actually make sugar granules with it, but I thought it might be kind of fun. It says here, a good intercrop for pole beans and peas. You can make fine brooms with them. I ain't making no brooms with these, but it might be a good, like, I'm guessing they're really tall and probably big around. I have no idea what this is. I just know it is sugar cane. But maybe it would be a good wall. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna grow it for fun. I think it'd be neat. I think I have another one. Yes, and I have another one here called Sugar Dip, sorghum sugar dip, 9 to 12 feet tall. That's quite tall. Excellent syrup producer. Yeah, I don't know if I'll get any syrup from it. I'll try. I guess you can maybe cut it and maybe it strips out kind of like a maple tree. I don't know. Squash. We love squash. And, you know, I wasn't going to plant too much of this until my sister-in-law told me that you can actually wash them, of course, cut them up, bread them, and put them in the freezer that way. And that's how we usually eat them anyway. I don't really like mushy squash or zucchini or anything like that, but I do like them fried. So I think that'd be good. Rattlesnake watermelon. I tried to grow this last year. The soil was not right. They didn't do anything, sadly. I'm going to give it another go. And hopefully I can cut the water off at the right time and actually have a sweet watermelon, because I hear that's a big deal. But I'm going to try it anyway. Next, I have something else that I made so pretty. Oh, I wrote on this one, pumpkin seeds. Great. All right, I also have some zucchini, same thing, like the squash. I'm gonna grow it and store it like that. More tomatoes. This is the beefsteak variety. I planted these last year. They burnt to a crisp. I didn't do it right. Something went wrong. Went wrong. But I'm gonna try again because I really want some tomatoes. Cucumber. I got a couple of different varieties of cucumbers. This one's just a Sumter cucumber. I really wish I could find a bushing kind. I hear those are really prolific and they just like kind of stay like, you know, like a bush. Tomato sweetie. I just thought they're so cute. Then I have lamb's quarters. These are, I think that's like, do I plant this right now? Maybe this one shouldn't be in there. Direct seed in spring. Oh yeah, okay. And harvest until frost. Succession plant to ensure a harvest of tender leaves. It's kind of like a, you eat it like it is. Maybe you saute it down. Don't really know. I just, yeah, I thought it looked neat. Want to grow it. Why not? Sweet bananas. I love sweet peppers. I've bought them from the store for years. This year I want to try my hand at making my own and jarring them up because they're so delicious. Also, peppers are good for my daughter's birds. And okay, bell pepper. This is the kind that I harvested from the store, but here's some from the package. Maybe we can do an experiment and see which ones grow better, or does it make a difference? I don't know. More pumpkin. This is a field pumpkin. It's used for jack-o'-lanterns. So hopefully this is, oh yeah, 15 to 25 pounds. This should be a big boy. Oh yes, I want to plant that. That'd be so cool. Because, I mean, they do get planted fairly soon. And that's, I mean, you just think about it. People plant these things and they're still good till October. I mean, the time that you have with these things are amazing. You can keep it on your shelf for a long time, use it, and then eat it. It's amazing. Next, I have, oh yay, impatiens. Now this is gonna go in our like shadier garden because impatiens don't typically like sun unless you get the sun patiens, which I have some of those and they're amazing too. And then I love hollyhock. I've never grown these, but I've always thought they were pretty. Why is the package open? Maybe I tried to grow them last year. I don't remember trying to though. My package is empty. That's sad. Never mind. I'm not growing any hollyhocks. Maybe I can find some more. That really made me sad. All right, dahlia. These are dwarfed dahlias, so I'm going to stick these in a cute little bed. These are not edible. Shades of summer. I just thought the package was pretty. These spectacular, graceful spikes of flowers all spring. Spikes of it flowers all spring. Fast growing, fairly drought tolerant, and beautiful cut flower. So I probably should have started these a while ago, but if I start them now and they go in a 4-inch can, I can bring them in here and overwinter them, right? And then I stick them back out next spring and they'll be all beautiful and flowering. I really need a greenhouse. Like, I really need a greenhouse. Sunflowers, these are the teddy bear ones. They don't get the big center. I don't know if you can see that. They don't get the big center, but they are just like fluffy and so cute. Now this is the giant hybrid sunflower. This one can get up to 16 feet. I mean, I want a ton of those. I think that would be so pretty to watch them in the morning because our sun rises in the back of our house and it sets in the front of our house. I mean, wouldn't that be cool to see it like going from side to side? And the seeds, I mean, the seeds that you would be able to harvest from this thing would be awesome. Zinnias are so easy and I really do enjoy them. This one is the giant one. They get up to 3 feet tall. And I hope they do. That would be so awesome. I did some smaller ones last year and the heads only got this big. I'm hoping that these are like bigger. That would be really neat. Either way, zinnias are easy and fun to grow. Oh, okay, double mixed colors. What is this? Moss rose. This kind of reminds me of the hollyhock. Very similar. You see that? Hopefully I'm in frame. Maybe I'll be happy with these. Foxglove, never grown these. These are perennial, it says. Growing to a height of 3 feet. 3 feet! I have just the place for you. Then, straw flower. I thought that would be neat. Straw flowers, they're supposed to feel like dried flowers, but they're alive. Can grow up to 4 feet in height. It's an annual. I think I might be behind on growing these. But if I put them in my big containers, I can move them around and I think I could make it work. Milkweed, I want butterflies. Now I have balloon milkweed and blood flower milkweed. What a weird name. I don't know how they name these things. But anyway, I am going to plant these on our fence line and hopefully they'll vine up. And then you're supposed to come back and cut them down because they can become invasive. Excited about those. Then I have a green globe artichoke. I tried to grow these last year, but they, burn up like everything else except potatoes. So I'm going to try again. These are perennial down here and I hope they are great. A little niece out there. So I really hope these come through because I really think the flower is beautiful, but the taste is amazing. Drying beans, Six Nation Iroquois. If I do grow these, they look amazing on the picture. I remember these. And I just think it's neat because it's an heirloom thing that's been around for like years and years and years. I also like the pole bean. I grew these last year and the year before and they are amazing. They're like a green bean, like they're long and slender, but I'm hoping I can get them to trellis over and make it magical with our trellis. So for the girls and for me, I just love the feel of going under something and things just like hanging. I got some straight neck squash as well. I'm gonna try it. Squash is supposed to be very easy. And like years ago, before I had 3 kids, I think I only had Riley, and we had a garden and it was going, and I had to give away squash because it did so well. So I'm hopeful that this will do great too. And I mean, I think it will, because this fall harvest has been amazing. So why wouldn't this one? More tomatoes. Ooh, got 2 piles here. Corn, I might do sweet corn. This is a bantam, so they don't get all that big. These to get to be 5 feet tall, 6 to 7 inch ears. So they're not gonna be that big. Is that 7 inches? Do you wanna put a ruler up to that? I mean, I think, because an inch is like that. I'm guessing that's probably 6 to 7 inches, right? Next, I have amaranth, which is just a beautiful, beautiful plant. It's burgundy, reddish, beautiful. You can use it in cut flower arrangements. You can eat it. And I think it's a perennial here. Not sure on that one, but I hope so. It's so beautiful, and I have a perfect place because I need a pop of red in my garden. Next is hollyhock. This is a different one. So this is hollyhock, goes 4 to 5 feet. This one is, I don't know, but this is on a blue. Are they all on stalks? Like, I'm brand new. Like, I don't know. Are they all on a stalk? I thought they were kind of like, oh, I'm thinking of poppies. That's what I was thinking of. So, okay, this is hollyhock. Beautiful. Kind of reminds me of some other ones that are just on stems, like the, is it snapdragons? No, not snapdragons. I don't know. Looks pretty. Want to grow it. Can't wait. So, let me share with you my design for my garden. So what I have here is a very rough sketch of my garden outside. I have collards in this bed, here, 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 and here. I'm going to replace them with butternut squash, maybe some sweet potatoes, regular potatoes of all sorts. I'm just going to throw in a bunch of potatoes. I have red, I have yellow, I have Yukon, I have the red ones, whatever those are called, and I have russet. I'm just going to throw them all in because I don't really care. I mix and match my potatoes. Here I'm going to have some more sweet potatoes and maybe some watermelon if I actually do the watermelon, which I hope to. Here is my herb bed. I'm going to add to it some sage and some more chives, the dill. I'm going to replant some ginger. I'm hoping the ginger that's in there, the leaves have gone, but I'm hoping it's still underneath the ground because it's a rhizome, right? It should be alive, hopefully. Some lavender, some more thyme, my holy basil, some parsley, and any other herbs that I want to add to this bed. I just really want to make it really full and luscious and beautiful. I need to find a bed for my flowers and my medicinals. I've noticed I did not allow room. Maybe I'll go here. We'll see. So I'm going to put pumpkin. I'm going to replace the kale and the radishes and the pak choi with pumpkin right here and pumpkin right here. I have Brussels sprouts, broccoli, and chard right here for now. Raspberries will stay. Blackberries will stay. I have some other flowers here that I can add the hollyhocks there and maybe the sunflowers. And I have a fence right here. This is our fence line. I could do some things right here, our milkweed. Maybe I'll put some sunflowers here. I don't know. This is just a general idea. Right now I have Chinese cabbage here. I also have a Copenhagen cabbage right on this bed. I'm gonna replace it maybe with the Iroquois beans and some more sweet peas possibly. The pole beans running over. Tomatoes, indeterminate ones, the ones that climb will go on this, go on the trellis and meet up with the pole beans. Hopefully they are nice to each other. Bush tomatoes, and peppers. I think peppers and tomatoes love each other. I believe so. I'll have to double check that. Then I'm going to underplant with lettuces so they get the shade from the tomatoes that run up over this one, so they can be shaded and hopefully survive. I hear that you can underplant as long as they have shade and it's a little bit cooler where they're at through the summer. More tomatoes, the bush kind, determinate. I have carrots here and they're not going to be ready for a while, so maybe when they're ready I'll turn that into my medicinal bed since it'll be still available. I have garlic here, and I'm gonna put zucchini in its place when I uproot it. I have onions on this bed, and I'll put yellow squash there. And I told you potatoes there, strawberries are here, and I think that's about it. Of course, these are just my ideas. It may change. And I have a circle here. Oh, because I'm hoping that at some point, maybe this spring, summer, fall, winter, I will get a greenhouse. And there's this octagon one that I've been looking at. Now, I would love a Hartley. Oh my gosh, if you're out there, people, I'm your gal. But but there's this octagon one that I've seen on a couple sites that I was like, that would be really neat, and put some cool tables in there. My husband, we used to own a cabinet shop, and he can build anything. If you haven't already, check his channel out, Hacksman. He is amazing and does amazing work. So that we left room for a 12 by 12 greenhouse. So, I mean, it could be smaller, but I really wanted to have wide areas to walk and for our lawnmower to go in there and cut grass. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to put some water in this big bowl here and my mix in there. And you don't want it too wet where it's like water just coming out of your hand, draining out of your hand, but to where it just does clump. Whew. Oh no, the bowl's too big. Look at that. Super dry. That is what you're wanting right there. It just does clump, but it breaks easily. I could just slide it off. Wow. So I'm just going to load this tray up with dirt loosely. I don't want to pack it down too much, because if you pack it down, then your little roots won't have anywhere to go. It's going to be too hard for them. I mean, remember, they're babies. So I'm just gonna, and then I'll push them down a little bit, tamp them in, and then I'll top them off once I plant the seeds. And the majority of seeds don't really have to be planted down much more than an 1/8 or a 1/4 deep. So, I mean, they're right on the top of the soil anyway. Trying not to make a big mess. So just very lightly tamp down your soil, because your seeds don't need much surface area. Maybe a little bit more. And another good reason to water your soil before you put it into your little casings here. What is this? This little tray? Good grief, Kim. This little tray is that way you don't have to water really. You can do a little bit, but it won't dislodge the seeds once you've planted them in here. I'm going to start with the beefsteak tomato, and actually I probably will just put like 2 in each cell, and so I'll end up with 8 if they all germinate, which may or may not happen. We shall see. 2, 4, 6, 8. I got a little bit more than I want. 2, 4, 6, 8. Good. And always keep your things dry. Don't touch them with a wet hand, because you don't want to make them go bad and get a fungus among us. So there and there. Oh no, you gotta get in the right cell, dude. There, you come on over here. Come here. Come with me. Get in there. And once these start getting a little bit bigger, then I will transplant them. Hopefully I can just transplant them out into my garden. Hopefully that will be time. But if not, I will just bump it up to a pot that I have around, like a 4-inch can. So that is it. Tomatoes down. Chives. Now I do want a lot of chives, and I love how these are pelleted. But when they're pelleted, their germination doesn't last as long, so you really do need to get these in the ground growing. And what's cool for me is chives in my area, and maybe in your area too, they are perennial and they come back every year. Even though it frosts and might kill them a little bit, there's always still alive for me. And we love the chives. So I will plant several of these. All right, holy basil. I'm super excited about this because it's medicinal and I want to make tinctures with this one. I'm going to be making tinctures with ginger and turmeric here soon, so be looking for those videos. These are the plant tags that I have. It's going to be overkill for these little containers, but I got these at Lowe's and I really do love them. However, if they make an outdoor pen, I need to get one of those. I'm sure they do. I'm just haven't seen it. Because my permanent ink just is gone in like 3 weeks while I use these. So guys, they're all planted up and ready to go. Let me show you what I planted. Right here we have beefsteak potatoes. I did 4 cells of that. Next I have chives. We use a lot of chives, so I did 4 of that one as well. Holy basil, I want to have a lot so I can make tinctures. Dill, I only did 2 cells because if it's anything like fennel, it's going to just go everywhere anyway. Same thing with borage, I believe. I think I planted 6 plants. Parsley, we use a lot of it. St. John's wort. Again, a lot of these were tinctures and making our own medicine, home remedies kind of thing. Yarrow, amaranth, feverfew, dandelion, stevia, banana peppers. I did 3 of that. And then I'm doing an experiment. Some store-bought bell peppers that I saved the seed myself. I need to cover it up. It's been out for about a week and a half. And then bell pepper from the package that I bought. So when these get a little bit bigger, probably about that big, I'm actually going to put them outside and let the breeze hit them. That helps make their stems stronger and give you a better plant. And well, I'll give you an update on it and see how they're doing. But for now, guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.